Where is Brian Mwenda, the infamous fake lawyer who made headlines a few months ago? Since his name first made waves and he was spotted representing individuals in court cases, the Law Society of Kenya exposed him as an impersonator and a fraudulent lawyer. Now, this revelation sparked numerous questions regarding his legal status. Currently, Brian Mwenda finds himself in a remand after entering a plea of not guilty to charges of unlawfully practicing as an advocate of the High Court.
Yes, for a maximum of 10 years imprisonment. Yeah, it is a very serious offense.
What?
Yeah, and he can even be fined, and all the people who he represented illegally can sue him to recover if there's any money that they paid him, if they lost those cases. There's a lot that comes with that.
Elvis Abenga also shared valuable insights for Kenyans on how to identify fake lawyers. And this is what he said.
Hello, my name is Chief Okuzo from Plug TV. One of the major issues when it comes to lawyers is how will you be able to identify a genuine lawyer and an imposter out there?
A couple of months ago, kulikuwa na historia, this gentleman anajiita Brian, and it brought to light a question on credibility of someone to practice. If you want to know a lawyer who is licensed to practice, all you need to do is to go to the Law Society of Kenya website. Kuna a tab inaitwa Advocate Search Engine. If you click www.lsk.or.ke, then you just Google Law Society of Kenya, search advocate, and then you type the name of the advocate. It will show you, it will give you very important information. One, itakuonyesha when was this person admitted to practice law. So you can be able to know the experience of when they were admitted. It will show you if they currently hold a practicing certificate. Because we have advocates who are admitted to practice the law, but don't have a practicing certificate. That is still a problem. It's illegal for someone to practice without a practicing certificate. Yeah, and that person is as good as someone who never went to law school in terms of going to represent someone. So you must ensure your advocate has a current practicing certificate. And how do you know that? You will see kwa portal imeandikwa active ama inactive ama deceased for advocates who died, on such and such. And it will also show you what area of law they practice. Utaona mtu ameandika yana practice 60% human rights, 20% criminal law, and all that. So you can be able to know area yangu yenye nataka usaidizi ni hapa. So wacha nijaribu, huyu ndio the right person. Yeah.
And still on that case of trying to identifying the genuine lawyers out there, when somebody is found imposting anajifanya kuwa a lawyer and yet is not, charges zinakuanga gani, o ni nini repercussions zake inakuanga gani?
There are very heavy repercussions. It is a serious issue. Like right now, just last week, and I don't know, I think the media does not know about this, but Brian took plea in a new charge of practice by an unqualified person. It is taken very seriously. First of all, if your lawyer is not licensed to practice, any document that they prepare has no legal effect. Any case that they did, hata kama walifanya mpaka Supreme Court na wakawin whatever judgment, hizo zote zinakuwa null and void. Yani they have no effect. So because of that seriousness, masquerading is taken it's a very serious offense. People get imprisoned for up to 10 years imprisonment and fines of up to 15 million shillings. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
10 years imprisonment?
Yes, just for pretending to be an advocate.
And if you, from a legal perspective, Your case here, Brian Mwenda, do you think maybe that's what he might be charged for?
No, that is what he has been charged to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, yeah, because there was another charge for forgery and a few things, and now recently we're aware that he was charged with practicing by an unqualified person, meaning he's pretending to be an advocate and he's not an advocate. Yeah.
Whenever we look at that case, pale mali ambapo Brian Mwenda amefika, one of the biggest questions that has been asked on the internet is, how did Brian Mwenda find himself in the Law Society of Kenya website, and yet that site is well protected?
So again, disclaimer, I am just commenting on this from the information we got from the Law Society of Kenya itself, yeah? Because we raised these concerns, especially on issues of data protection and all that. So what Brian did, he took advantage of a weakness in the system, which I think by now that weakness has been resolved, yeah? He discovered that kulikuwa na jamaa mwingine, a real legitimate advocate who shares a similar name, also called Brian Mwenda. So, but this other legitimate advocate was practicing in the AG's office. So, hakukuwa na chukua practicing certificate. So, hakukuwa na access system yake. So now the masquerader Brian akadiscover ninashare jina fulani na advocate mwenye ni legit na hatumii system yake. So all he needed to do, or what he did, is to go to Law Society of Kenya or write an email or work with somebody there. I don't know how he did it, but somehow he was able to tell them, like, you know, the way you say that you've forgotten your password.
Yeah.
And you go and put in your credential. So he was able to access the system, upload his picture there. And now even he was able to, I'm told, to apply and get an ID, an advocate's ID. Because the ID will just read Brian Mwenda, you know, and all that. So, and that's how he was able to illegally practice law. Until now, when the real owner of that account wanted to use the account, akadiscover amekuwa locked out, and that the picture is not even his, and that is when this thing blew up. Yeah.
So if he is found guilty, he risks being jailed for 10 years?
Yes, for a maximum of 10 years imprisonment. Yeah, it is a very serious offense.
What?
Yeah, and he can even be fined, and all the people who he represented illegally can sue him to recover if there's any money that they paid him, if they lost those cases. There's a lot that comes with that. Yeah.